Joel, first off, amazing. You've passed your chartered by the age of 23. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to ask you is how different, what was the approach to passing your chartered qualification in comparison to your RO exams in level 4?
Yeah, it was a significant difference in terms of preparing for RO exams than the AF exams. I'd say the ROs, you can take a much more regimented approach of like maybe 1 to 2 months, sit an RO, move straight on to the next. Whereas with the AF exams, it's so important that you're actually understanding the, topics and the products that are in those exams. If we look at AF1, tax and trusts, the complexities of some of the taxation and trust modules, it's so important that you actually spend a lot more time gritting down on those key details. And then for AF5, which is the practical unit, again, it's a great sort of humbler in terms of if you know financial advice or not. So making sure that you understand the ins and outs of it is what's going to make the difference.
Okay, great. And just give me an overview of how you pass your RO exams and in what order.
So I done my ROs in 13 months. It started with RO2 because I had a background in investments, moved on to RO1 because a lot of the regulations were similar to the IOC qualification that I'd done, and then move on to RO4, which is pensions, because that was sort of our key area in Rathbones of where we deal with. Following that, it was 2 weeks away that I'd done the RO6 exam, because RO6 is obviously a written unit, so you can only sit it 4 times in the year. So RO6 was very much 2 weeks, lock myself away in my bedroom and just study the case study like there's no tomorrow. And was lucky enough to pass that first time. Moved on to protection, which is obviously the only level 3 qualification. So got through that fairly quickly, and then left, in my opinion, the hardest exam, which is RO3 to the end, because obviously with it being the last one, I had the most motivation to pass it. And that was all done within 12, 13 months.
And what would you say would be your biggest tip to anybody listening right now when it comes to passing any of those exams?
Read the book. It's the exam questions are in there. You've just got to find them. A lot of people tend to try and make it a bit more brighter and, do flashcards and notes and all that, and definitely do them if you can. But the key thing that I done, and obviously the reason I passed first time, is that I read that book cover to cover.
Cool. Bloody hell. Fair play to you. I don't think I could do that.
It's a tough one, but it's worth it.
Top man. Thanks, Joe.